all you have to do, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life.
Amen.
All you have to do is, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so shall the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. He's saying, look, all you got to do is behold me. All you got to do is behold me. I don't know, there had to be a time in your life where things are going wrong in your life, and you realized, all I need is Jesus. I don't know much about it. I can't explain it. I don't know how, I don't understand it completely, but I know I need Jesus. Anyone been there? Anyone been there? You're going through something tough. You're going through something hard. You know what? I need Jesus. I remember before I got saved, things were going on in my life, and I was thinking, you know what? You need Jesus. You need Jesus. I knew that he was just as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. We just got to look upon Christ. That's salvation. Looking upon Christ. Just focusing on Christ. Just like they beheld the brazen serpent. They had to look upon the brazen serpent to be healed. We got to look upon Christ to be healed. We got to look at the world today, more than ever, has to look upon Christ to be healed. Has to look upon Christ to be forgiven of their sins. Has to look upon Christ to be saved. And the thing is, I don't have a cure for the coronavirus. The world, as far as we know, doesn't have a cure for the coronavirus unless someone has it and we don't know about it. But there is one cure for death. There is one cure for sin. There is one cure for the worst punishment that anyone can be inflicted upon, and that's hell. And that's Christ. And at a time like this, the world needs to be looking upon Christ more than ever. And I think sometimes God brings situations like today to try to bring people closer to God. Now, anyone know any Christians that are scared right now? Oh yeah, they're scared. They're scared. Has anyone gotten a little scared about this? Yes. I have a little bit. Emily, I like your hand. I was going like this. I like that. You know, when you're the bottom line is, the sickness is not here hurting the younger people like it is. It's hurting a lot of the older people. I'm 41, so I'm middle-aged. So it's obviously it has a potential. But the bottom line is, I believe today, a lot of Christians are scared. A lot of Christians at churches, and I'm not going to blame them. They put their services online today, or they canceled the services. I think that there's worried about backlash. If you're a big church and you have service, the government or people are going to jump on your back and say you're being irresponsible. But today, I know myself, I even thought about this coronavirus. And if you watch the news, even a little bit, how many of you watched the news recently a little bit and turned it off and been a little paranoid? Yeah. How did it impact them? Absolutely. And I think about Donald Trump. Does anyone see the interview of Donald Trump with the reporter from a couple days ago? How he blasted a reporter? No one saw it. It was really interesting. There was this reporter, and apparently Donald Trump he ordered some medicine to try to, hoping that it would work. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if he's trying to make money. But basically, he was desperate. And this news reporter, he's saying, do you really think that's going to work? He's saying, don't you think you're trying? And Donald Trump, of course, is anyone familiar with Donald Trump? Everyone's familiar. Yes. Now, he's a good talker, isn't he? He's a good salesman. He was a successful businessman. He knows how to talk. And he was trying to talk like, hey, look, we got something. We hope it's going to work. He's trying to sell hope to the people. He wants people to be hopeful. And this reporter's like, don't you think you're trying to give the people a false hope? Don't you think maybe that you're trying to give them a false hope in this drug that you don't even know is going to work? And then the reporter's like, there's a lot of people scared right now. There's a lot of people dying. He says to him, what do you have to say to the millions of Americans who are scared right now, who are scared to leave their homes? And then Donald Trump says, he goes, what I have to say, he says something like this, what I have to say is I think you're a terrible reporter, he says. He goes, you're trying to fearmonger people. You're trying to build a sense of panic in people. He goes, right now what the American people need is hope. Right now what the American people need is strength. Right now what we need in Canada is hope. Right now what we need in Canada is strength. And I'm telling you, there is only one real antidote to that. It is not some cure that may not work, but the only antidote to that is, and as they did in the wilderness with the serpent, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And what we need to keep our eyes on right now more than ever, you might be saved as a Christian, you might not be saved as a non-Christian if you listen to this, but what we need is to fasten our eyes upon Christ. Amen. What we need is to fasten our eyes upon Jesus. What we need is to put our hope in Him, because He's in control. Because He can protect us. Because His will be done on this earth. And that's what the people need. When they looketh upon it, shall live. When we look upon Jesus, we shall live. But the problem is, when people start not looking